Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'm just going to take you through some of the plants that have been doing well as we've gotten into spring and just give you a little update on how a lot of my collection are doing. Before I do get into the video though, if you guys are new here, hi, my name's Amy and this is my jungle. I create content to share my hobby as well as document my houseplant journey. If you do enjoy the video, don't forget to give it a like as well as subscribe to the channel for more planty content. If you're not new here, thank you again for joining me. I really do appreciate having you here. Now let's get into the video. As usual, my Domino Spathiphyllum is doing amazing. Every spring she gives me flowers. So yeah, really pleased with this one. She is doing so well. I have had some people comment and say that I should maybe move her into semi-hydro, but I think at the moment she's doing so well in soil that I don't actually need to. So yeah, really pleased with that. Moving on from this, I'm just going to take you over to my little Buscabo unit here. And my Philodendron Florida Ghost is now starting to put out, since being moved, some nice ghosty leaves. So really pleased that I've moved her here. She has got sort of grow light here plus the window. So yeah, fingers crossed. Can't wait to see her size up like the Florida green next to her. I am tempted to put these two into the same pot at some point, but I quite like them separate as well. What would you guys do? Would you keep them together or keep them separate? Let me know down in the comments. All of these guys are doing quite well. I have noticed on my ZZ that we are starting to get a little bit of yellow in. I don't know whether or not it's being bleached by the lights opposite or what, but I'm going to keep an eye on it. Rhizome seems really firm, so I'm not worried about rot, but fingers crossed because I really do love this plant. Nothing much to say about the rest of the plants over here. Oh yes, my golden pothos is now starting to put out some quite impressively sized leaves, so really excited to see how this continues to size up. And my Melanochrysum is putting out new growth. This is very leggy, so I am currently air layering here, but I'm not sure whether or not to just chop higher up, maybe create a wet stick here and then use the top cut in some moss in a cup. But yeah, I kind of want to get rid of the top half of this because I don't like it. The Esqueleto down here is also putting out a new leaf, so still quite flimsy, but excited to see how that sizes up. But speaking of plants that are sizing up, my Amedrium medium silver and my Philodendron verrucosum are doing amazingly. This is the newest leaf on the Amedrium medium silver, and it is stunning. I am so happy that I finally seem to have figured out this one, and she has rooted into the pole, so yeah, really excited to see how she continues to grow. And my verrucosum, which is probably my favourite plant in the whole collection, has again been putting out some really decent sized leaves. We've got another one here on the way, and these petioles, I croaked when I saw how fuzzy they were getting. So again, really excited to see how this one continues to go. I did in a previous video chop and prop this plant. I've got all of the wet sticks just down here, and the rest of the plant is still here, so we'll see if any new growth comes up. But yeah, I'm really pleased and glad that I did make the decision to chop and prop when I did. Alocasias all seem to be doing well with the Mitchellitziana, Jacqueline and Anturo Velvet. I have now added a small reservoir for them in the self-watering pot, so still keeping an eye on them as I don't want them to rot or anything. But yeah, alocasias all seem to be loving life up there. Moving on to the Anthurium, I have got a new leaf coming in on my Warwickwianum. Has been like this for a few days now, so I don't know if it needs any more humidity or what, but I have been keeping on with the watering, so fingers crossed that will start to open up and size up soon. My Hoyas at the back are just going a little bit all over the place, so I do need to look at getting some bigger trellises for them. My Tycon is in the process of giving us another new leaf, so I'm quite excited to see what that looks like. Another one that I will probably look to get on a moss pole at some point, but not 100% sure. Let me know how you guys tend to grow your Tycons, whether or not you just leave them as they are, or if you do tend to like to put them on moss poles. I've seen people grow them in 2 different ways, so I'm just looking for inspo. Sea Blue is doing really well up there, as is my Vitarifolium. This is the newest leaf that she has pushed out, so yeah, she seems to be enjoying it up there. Not much to say about the rest of the plants that are up the top, and again my heartleaf philodendron is doing really well over there as well. Moving on to the top shelf, again not a... oh, actually yes there is. I've moved my 2 Syngonium into semi-hydro. That's something that I've only just done, so I was finding I was forgetting to water them and they were drying out a bit too quickly, as you can see from the back one. That's a little bit on the crispy side. So I figured semi-hydro might be the way forward, so we will see how they go. But this one here, so this is my Monstera adansonii mint, which had reverted. I decided to chop it, and the first leaf back has started to give us that mint variegation again, so quite excited to see how this one continues to grow, and hopefully it will remain with the same levels of variegation. It is in the process of popping out a new leaf as well, so keep that one going. Moving down to the shelf below, again not a huge amount to comment on the plants down here. I'm air layering my soda oil, although the moss does look a bit dry, so I'll probably give that a water once I finish this update video. But yeah, I think the Marmay seems to be doing well. It has lost another one of its leaves since being repotted, but we have got this new one that's just on its way out unfurling, and the Plougmanii as well. I have finally got round to moving into a larger pot, so we'll see how those two go. On the bottom shelf here, I did decide to remove the half shelf and just pop all of my moss pole plants down here. I am going to at some point take it apart and remove this bar just to make it easier to get the plants in and out, but the main plant down here that is just giving is my Philodendron Fuzzy Petiole. So this is the last leaf that it did put out. It is a little bit bleached, so I think I am probably going to have to move it out from under these lights. But I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put it yet. But it is in the process of giving me another massive leaf. So quite excited to see how that one turns out. But I think I probably will end up moving it before that fully comes out. Same with the Philodendron SP Columbia. Has got a new leaf on the way that is just starting to push out. So can't wait to see how that one comes in. The most recent leaf it gave is this one that is turning away from us, so we shall see. Rest of the moss poles down here are doing quite well. The Painted Lady took to being on a moss pole so easily. Haven't had any issues with it whatsoever. Let's start with my Maranta. So this Warwickii is new. It is one that I am going to look to transition into semi-hydro, but I just need to order some more because I haven't got enough to do it at the moment. But has been doing well since I've had it here. Not really had any issues with it in all honesty, so not much to say. But going back to the Maranta and Calathea behind, as you can see, the vast majority of them are flowering. So yeah, they all seem to be quite happy, and my Orbifolia is in the process of giving me like 4 new leaves, so super excited to see how those guys come in. Noticed a few crispy edges here and there, but I'm not overly concerned about those. I know that the humidity hasn't been the greatest, but we will continue to keep an eye. And lastly, my Hoya. So while I don't have a huge amount to say about the Hoya that I have on here. There are two that look like they are going to flower. I say look like, they have peduncles. I have seen them. So one of them is my Hoya croniana. That one's got a little peduncle here and then one just down here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but if you can't, I will insert some footage. But yeah, I did not even notice it, and that's quite a large peduncle that I just missed. And the one next to it, my Hoya lacunosa silva, also has, I think there was 3 last time I counted on this vine. So yeah, she's got 3, and I think she is putting out a 4th peduncle there. So yeah, super excited to see these guys flower. They'll be the first Hoya that have flowered in my collection. I know for one of my plant goals I did have Hoya flowering, but I think I specifically said my Crimson Princess, as it's the one I've had for the longest. But as of yet, no peduncles on this one. And speaking of Hoya, I do have my Linearis just here by the window, and I'm going to see if I can find the ones that I've noticed. But this one also, I don't know if you'll be able to see that, that looks like it is trying to push out. Ooh. Peduncle just here. There are a few more as well that I have noticed, so fingers crossed, because the last ones I think did, there's another one, did unfortunately, well, I think they just fell off. I don't know exactly what happened. I was keeping on top of watering them, making sure that, you know, it was fertilised, and one minute they were there, next minute, don't know where they went. But yeah, I've noticed about 4 or 5 peduncles on this one, so fingers crossed we get some flowers on this one too. I do also have some new anthurium that I have got in my little Acrobar cabinet. In here, most of them are doing quite well. I've got some anthurium seedlings down there. Some of them are about ready to be potted up, but this one is in the process of giving a new leaf, this little no ID one here. And I have a little Hoya just at the back there that is doing quite well as well. That'll probably be one that I look to pot up relatively soon. But yeah, that's all I really have to say about the cabinet down here. Moving into the bedroom, the plants in here all doing quite well. I have recently chopped my golden pothos so I can make it a bit fuller. And part of it was a bit leggy, so just decided to give it a little bit of a prune back. Also, the growth on this fishbone cactus is crazy. My Monstera albo is doing well, in the process of again pushing out a new leaf just here, so quite excited to see how this one grows. I have noticed though, we got a fenny and then 3 leaves with nothing, so we shall see what happens. Is also at the top of the pole. Don't know whether or not to air layer and pop back into the bottom or to extend it. There's not a huge amount of space, but I could always swap it with the Adansonii and sort it out its own grow light for down here. But yeah, let me know what you think, if that's something that you guys would do, or if you would, let's say, air layer and then repot into the bottom of this pot. In my bathroom is where I've got my orchids, and as you can see, this orchid, I mean, it constantly flowers every year. I know I'm going to get blooms on it, but we have got a lot more buds down the side as well, so quite excited for that one. This is probably the most blooms it has given me in the time since I've had it. The one behind it is also doing okay. It's got a yellow leaf on there, but I typically just wait until they drop off with the orchids. I don't tend to cut them off. I am looking at adding some more orchids into my collection. So far I've just got these 2 Phalaenopsis, so let me know down in the comments what sort of orchid you guys like to grow, if there's any that you would recommend, because yeah, I would really like to get quite a few more to go in this space. I have now also got a little peace lily up here that is in the process of giving flowers as well, so really happy with that one. My other green one upstairs hasn't given me any flowers since the first lot ever died off, but I feel like that's probably to do with its position and the amount of light it's getting. But I don't know if any of you had noticed, Not really a plant update, but will be used for plants. I have finally put together my Rudster cabinet. While I haven't got any plants in there at the moment, because I do still need to purchase lights, I have actually put it together. I've weather stripped it as well. At the moment, the only gaps that I've left are here at the top, because I will be looking to add grow lights and feeding the wires through. But yeah, really pleased with how it looks, and I cannot wait to finish it off. Down here beside the telly is my philodendron red imperial, I think this one is, and we now have a growth point starting on here, so quite excited to see how that continues to grow. It is one I have been toying with the idea of completely chopping up, but I'm not 100% sure, so at the moment it is just living its life here in the corner. Again, not a huge amount to say about the plants that are in this corner. My rubber trees are doing quite well, and my bird of paradise is continuing to push out new leaves. I think it's really going to enjoy when we get into the sort of spring, summer months with the sun coming in. My monkey tail, again, not a huge amount to update on, but is doing well, has started pushing out a bit more growth, so quite excited to see how that one continues. And my big monstera, the final plant that I'm going to update you guys on, has pushed out this leaf more recently. So this was the first one after I chopped it right back, and this is the second one that it has put out. I do plan on taking some time when I am off to repot this and add in the top cut over here to the bottom of the pot, so that we've got a more fuller plant down at the bottom. But even these little bits down here, I say this is the newest leaf that's been put out by one of the offshoots, and then we've got this one here. So it has got like 3 plants in there, but what is one more really? And that's it for this speedy little spring tour. I really do hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more planty content. If you would like me to go into any more depth on any of the plants that I mentioned in this video, please do leave a comment down below and I'll look to include them in the next video. As always, I hope you have a lovely weekend and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye!